Yep, we're live. Hey everybody, welcome to the LiliCrow Tourney. Yeah, and you're gonna have to... Ooh, I do actually know many of the C3 members, but I'm gonna keep it secret. I don't want to spoil it. Yeah. You'll have to bear with me a second for getting the Survivor bands on stream. I usually don't do like the images, and so I'm a little bit slow. Um, yeah. They're so much faster than I am. I just have the Priestess band on screen. Um, let's see. Priestess cheer. So, what do you think they're going for with this team comp into a round one? Yeah. Yeah, what's the plan? Yeah, I agree. I think that this can counter a lot of hunters, so it's a very safe pick for a round one. Always nice to have a healer. Oh, let me see. Oh, how about now, if you could give it a try?
Yeah, I'm gonna give. So, hi.
Oh
can they hear
no.
me now? Maybe now.
Hopefully they should be able to hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, they said they're hearing now, right?
Okay, that's good.
Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh
But
man.
yeah. So basically, what I was saying, they have very solid comp, pretty good rescues. But oh, it's gonna be Shadow. So I'm
Very
pretty
nice.
sure C3CCC is a Shadow main, Ivy main, right? Is that what you were trying to
Yeah,
hide?
he does play Ivy. Um so let's see. We're actually already on the area select screen, so I'm gonna switch over to the gameplay. You know what?
Oh,
I think I'm a little bit too slow with putting the bands on screen, so next time I'll probably just go ahead and stream the game so that you can see the competitive mode picks that way.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
They're going for a very Ivy team comp map selection.
Oh yeah, the spawn makes sense because you really don't want to let her get map control early on in the game. So
Yeah.
if everybody's spread out, then she's has a harder time putting rocks on ciphers and stopping people from decoding. So this definitely makes
And
sense.
psychologist, magician, and coordinator are all excellent chases. Like they can really kite for a long time, this Ivy. Magician can actually take off the Yithian if he
Mm-hmm.
gets lead. I don't know what C3 is going to do here, but let's see how we can maybe get an early down into this team comp.
Yeah, I think this is quite a good team comp for an IV. Because Magician, like you said, can deal with the Yith, and then you have the Psych to prevent that pressure from her building up damage on the team. Merc is the safest rescue. So this is going to be really tough for C3 to go against this team comp.
Yeah. We're also seeing 912 on Cordy, tied only on Merc, and then just two nines on Magician and Psychologist. So all around, pretty nice. Starting soon though. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is going to be so cool. I know C3 from way back. I'm not super familiar with baddies, so that one will be a surprise to me. It'll be cool to see, learn what they play.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like the Ivy is directly going to, of course, use Yithian. Maybe chasing after Cordy, but also Magician at the same time. Only leeching, though. We're definitely looking for Cordy here.
Yeah, I think Cord is the safest first chase, because at least once you get that gun out, then she's almost a regular survivor. She does have the vaulting buff, but
Ooh.
not too much.
She does get a scare, and only 45% on Cordy, though.
Yeah, and we do.
She's gonna be a pretty hard chase.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and then there's the gun.
Ooh, there's the gun. Yeah. We might be seeing maybe a switch or try to apply some map pressure onto the other ciphers.
Yeah, the core
is already a pretty solid type. Yeah,
sure.
we're seeing some map pressure, trying to slow down the ciphers as much as possible. This coordinator is doing a pretty good job. Oh, there's a scare though. That's the first hit, and Blink is up. 9-12 on Cordy though, so she can definitely take the first kite here.
Yeah, I think they must have been anticipating that Cord would be the first chase, so they gave her the full kiting build.
Oh, Blink, nice really flywheel. Nice oh, she might be dead here. Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Good job on Cordy's side. That's very important early game for this Ivy. She needed that early down.
Yeah, it's looking really good for the serves. We have almost 3 ciphers complete, and we still are only on the first hit.
Oh, yeah. I think this might be the down we were waiting from Ivy.
Yeah,
very good job on this Cordy. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an excellent first kite, so they're in a very good position for possibly a win, but likely a tie at least.
I mean, Ivy is still a very scary endgame, and this is not like super huge of a map.
Absolutely. So let's see. She definitely still has time to turn it around, so we'll have to see what she does.
We're also seeing, I noticed now, we're also seeing Insolence Detention, so there's not going to be a trump card for her to use later on the game. Let's see if we can scare this Merc down. Nope. That's going to be a good rescue from this Merc.
Yeah, very clean rescue.
We're also seeing only one Cypher starting up for now, but I think it should be fine. Yeah, that's a pretty good down from Ivy. I think she can come back from this. Ciphers are not looking too bright right now.
Yeah, at this point it's getting slowed down with the first chair happening, and since she was able to down the cord without letting too much of a rebound happen, she's in a good position.
Yeah. I think Merc is definitely coming into the rescue again, but these survivors are gonna get a lot of pressure on the ciphers.
Also very good on the Magician, not wasting his item, because he knows, like, she...
Oh, we're seeing a teleport here.
Save the chair, but she actually did switch over.
She left a Yithian back on the chair, so she can just teleport back. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, very nice.
Very well played. Let's see if she can get this coordinator out of the game as soon as possible. A very nice pallet stun as well. Coordinator still leached and 64%, so she's still at risk of getting downed. Mercenary's trying to take as many hits for her. Oh.
Yeah,
it's gonna be down for Cordy.
The nice thing about Ivy that you can deal with body blocks that way by stunning both survivors.
Okay, let's see what C3 has in store for us now. We're definitely looking at a tie, potentially a 3-man and a 2-man endgame, actually.
However, they do only have one last cipher and one person on it, so if he manages to camp this cipher and keep the pressure on it, then he still has a chance, I think.
Magician starting a new cipher. Mercenary is going to try to pressure this already very much primed cipher.
Yeah, we're only at 10% off. It's very close.
Yeah, they're trying to commit as hard as possible here. Blink is already up, so probably saving it for late game. Trying down the last survivor. Yeah, we're going to switch to Magician now. She sees Magician decoding the second to last cipher.
Yeah,
he's doing a very good job at pressuring both ciphers, but he really needs it down to consolidate this tie. or this win, actually.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think since Merc's delayed damage has been nerfed slightly, he's not gonna last long enough to prime the Cypher if he takes a second hit. So,
And also,
yeah.
Merc has no items for his end game, and we still have a blink here.
Yeah, so it's too dangerous for him to push it. Now, this one, though, is...
This is
This
very
is
scary.
primed.
This is a scary situation. That's a pop? Okay.
Yeah, I would say...
Survivors still might have pop here, yeah.
Yeah, the survivors have played this very well. I think it's clear they're familiar with Ivy and how she works.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he wants to have that map pressure, but the mercenary is already opening the gate. They might actually, yeah, I think he can get that in time before the Yithian actually leeches. So Merc is definitely out.
Yeah, even if she were to teleport right now, he's gonna make it.
Oh, that's a nice try.
Yeah, very close though.
Let's see what the remaining two survivors can do to consolidate the tie here. Potential tie or even win.
Yeah, they
If
do have
Ivy
the
does not
potential
find
for win. Dungeon is here, so if this psych manages to kite, but Ivy having the full presence end game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, Blink was available and she was 60.
Yeah, it would have been very surprising if she managed to kite that out. So well
Yeah, it's looking like a high game. Yeah, well played by both teams, honestly. After that very rough early game for Ivy, she managed to still, keep the map pressure and get a tie. And the survivors also, good job from Cody by kiting like that long against Ivy. Blink
yeah,
out as
very
well.
done. Very good plays from both sides. I think you can really see how both teams are doing well when you end in those really close ties. It definitely could have gone one way or the other, but they matched each other along the way.
Yeah. Now we're going to see the second match here. I also don't know how exactly the point system is going to look like right now. So it should be 2-0, I think, for...
It would be 2-2, because we're in the first half. So the total points right now, each of them would get 2 points for eliminating and escaping, respectively. And then we will be entering the second half, where at that point we'll find out which one of them wins the round and gets a point that way. So I'll do my best with win condition as we go. I'm not the best at it, I must admit. But hopefully you can help me out.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I've tried keeping up with the win condition and how points go, and if I'm honest, I'm not being too good. I'll definitely try to keep you updated when the points should be updated as well. But yeah, let's see what the survivors now are going to do from C3 team.
Yeah.
I don't know what baddies play as Hunter. You don't know either, so
no, I have no clue. So this will be a total surprise. I would imagine, we're probably going to see another meta round 1 Hunter. That would be the safe way to go. But we'll have to see what they go with. I think
it is still secret.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Goatman's too new, so I don't think he's allowed in this tourney, or else...
No, yeah, he's not allowed.
Let's see, I'm gonna keep score in a Google Doc while we go. I don't trust myself to remember. So we're still waiting on the invites before we get into the bans here.
Yeah, we're missing the baddies Hunter right now. The baddies. That's a cool name.
Yeah, it's a very cool name.
The logo really reminds me of Barbie for some reason.
I mean,
it's just right? Like pink and white.
Yeah, pink and white and very like a stylized font. So.
Oh, we're going to be okay. Hunter is now in the game, so we're going to probably go into the bans soon. They start, of course.
Yeah, we should be getting into the ban pick here shortly.
I mean, mean, I can already look at their profile to see if they have anything.
Ooh, yeah, if you see anything interesting on their profile, I'd love to hear what your findings are there.
Well, they do have it closed, unfortunately, so we're not going to be able to see what a hunter main
Yeah, that's a
they are.
smart move before your tourney. So I think opponent research is a big part of this game, so anything you can do to keep your things secret is always good.
Yeah, even the survivors have it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Or I mean, they do have a couple badges shown, but badges at this point are like
Yeah, it doesn't
they're just,
necessarily mean as much as you might think whether somebody has a badge. It could be like somebody they just have fun playing in rank, but they don't bring out in tourney. So you never know. You can't rely too heavily on that. It has to be a blend of what's meta versus what you think the team will actually play.
yeah,
And
yeah.
looks
We're
like,
starting.
yep, we're going into the band pick now. We're seeing a Priestess Seer first, very classic bands. Especially
Nothing to
seeing Sacred Heart, you don't want to let a Priestess out.
no. I mean, you could take you could let a priestess out and take the rage trait so that her stuns are still very slow, and
That
also
is
the more,
true. Yeah.
and then just pick up that has a lot of map traversal. Ivy, maybe.
Yeah, that is true. I think to me, like a big part of the danger of Priestess is her capability to support and get somebody to suddenly cross country across the map.
Yeah,
So you can really lose people that way, especially if it's after a rescue or something like that, or you have to worry about the global plays. There's a lot she
yeah.
can do.
If the hunter, for example, used trait to get to the first chase, and then on the second chase we see the rescue coming in, giving out this tide, and then the portal comes out. The hunter, if it's not like a Wu Chang or something like can quickly go from point A to point B, you're not going to reach that survivor. They're probably gonna heal. So yeah, let's see what they can do here. Very similar band though, however.
Mm-hmm.
First off, so banned, but we're taking magician and cheerleader here on first round.
Yeah, we might see another Ivy played. First Officer is a pretty big threat to Ivy because his watch can help a lot, not just with the rescue, but end game when you're doing the gate. It'll be enough to uh, mystify the Yith on the first swing, and then she can't put a rock on the gate and teleport to you. So possibly Ivy, but he is a strong rescuer aside from that, so it really could be anybody still. Then hovering over a Merc ban. Yep, we have a Merc ban.
So we're not going to have Merc for this, but we still have a Cordy. Cordy is, as we've seen, a good choice against Ivy, so all
Yeah,
depends on.
yeah, she has a lot of options with the use of the gun as well, because even if she's not first chase, she can help somebody out, let them transition during the gun's stun, or use it on the chair, of course. And then forward also a good pick to deal with a lack of rescue comps.
Oh, okay. Didn't Cordy get her gun canceled out actually by Ivy? Does that
Yes.
happen?
Yes. I don't know if it. Well, I don't know if it like cancels it and eats the gun, but I think that any animation can be interrupted by the scare.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. So I'm not sure if she would lose the item the way that a Gravekeeper would, but um, definitely you can prevent it at least with the scare.
shooting. Yeah, I mean, if they pick an Ivy into this team comp, it doesn't do bad at all against this forward. This forward's not really going to have a way of
Yeah.
harassing. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, but not really rescuing from balloons.
Yeah. I think harassing an Ivy is quite difficult, and with someone like forward who needs to be pretty close to do it, then that can be rough. Still possible, but difficult for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
They might use him to like stun on chair rescue if they need to, um, but we'll see. Depends who the hunter is, I suppose.
we're going to be absolutely surprised. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it is an
Oh,
Ivy. Yeah. All right. Well, this is cool. We get to see kind of a similar team comp in a way. We have the magician again, who's really strong against her, and then cheerleader also has a lot of utility with both being able to dash out of the way, but also cheering for someone and helping them get back up.
I think this team comp can definitely do good. And either forward is still a very good kite against Ivy. I think if you
Yeah,
can
yeah. I think as
yeah
long as you're smart about your football usage, then um, you have a lot of potential for kite. It's just kind of tricky. You have to be very conscious of when you use your item. So, maybe after you've already been leeched and you have a rock, then you can dash out. Otherwise, if you're standing there for a couple seconds after your long run, she can come put the rock on you and teleport. So that
Hmm.
kind of thing. Just have to be really conscious.
Looks like they're going for the traditional quote unquote spawn here in Sacred though. So not
Yeah,
really Ivy.
yeah. I wonder if they're doing that for the ciphers, if they're having in mind they want to do a certain rotation and they don't want
Yeah.
to change that just for the IV. So we'll have to see if that works out for them. Because this does make it a lot easier for her to go pressure whoever she's not chasing.
Most definitely. This is gonna be an interesting match. I mean like the previous match really, but I don't think does Ivy ever need excitement for a Cordy
Um,
gun? Yeah, you could
I
you could
don't.
bring.
Yeah, I think you could, but I feel like if you're very skilled with Ivy, then she does have things built into her kit to deal with harass. Um, but it's. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily to bring excitement, but she does usually bring insolence, which means likely isn't going to have trump card available, so she'd be
Yeah.
stuck with that the whole game.
Okay, so this is second half. We're going to see C3 survivors and the hunter from Baddies. Let's go. The spawns. Okay, who are we chasing first? Cordy? Second round, same thing.
Possibly. She also might be going to just leave a rock on coordinator and then call the Yith back and resume chase on someone else. Nope,
Oh,
she's going after the cord for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's a
Yeah,
lot. It's an early hit. Very good from the Ivy here. I don't know
yeah.
what happened. Maybe got stuck on something.
Yeah, I think that pallet throw resulted in a lot of extra fear meter ticking up there. So the Ivy's
Oh,
placement was very good. And then now
there's
we have
the
the gun.
yeah. This is still. I think Cordy can still do a good job here to kite. She can kite until blink for sure. This is a really strong.
Yeah, definitely. And I think using the gun there made a lot of sense because if the Ivy did have excitement, it wouldn't have been ready yet. So she
Yeah,
definitely couldn't have dodged that, and she knows Yeth is on cooldown. So here's the
yeah, we're
blink.
waiting here, but no flywheel on Cordy, unfortunately. So this is a pretty fast down, and this Ivy actually managed to put a rock onto Magician's Cipher, which slowed down the coding progress quite a lot.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for the Ivy right now. I think it
Yeah,
would it would still be possible for the survivors to maybe pull off a tie, but it's going to be very tricky with the ciphers where they are.
we're looking to try and get this forward to be stuffed on rescue. Does not get the scare though. Let's see what she can do here. Yeah, we don't want to take a lot of time to rescue against Ivy, especially since that meter is going up and she can down you.
Yeah, I think we're gonna
Oh,
maybe see it. Oh, okay. Mates,
yeah.
we have a double stun, the forward stun and the Ivy stun here. I think that was quite a good use of the forward. It got the coordinator the distance she needed to get back into hospital, and she has potential to rebound.
Okay, yeah, coordinator can definitely rebound here actually, because she's her meter's going down. She's at 0.
Yeah,
And,
getting up to that second floor so that the rock was stuck upstairs was very good for
yeah,
her, and she's now in a fresh kiting area.
she's trying to chase this core, but it might just take forever.
Yeah,
Mind game.
yeah, very good with the camera work there,
Yeah.
getting unpredictable angles.
Ooh, this is very scary. Yeah, kiting an Ivy on a loop when you're not
Yeah,
looking. like basically trying to guess what she's going to do.
Yeah, very tricky kite when you're in close quarters like that. We do have two ciphers popped now, and two more that are quite high. So, um, there it could still go either way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely a tie because Blink. To be fair, Blink is going to be ready as soon as someone rescues. They're going to try to rescue as late as possible. I'm assuming. But she might be forced out to rescue early. No terror shock. That's good. I think cheerleader wants to support the Cordy as much as possible here. Ooh, 59% on Cordy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This double down might be okay if the coordinator can kite for a bit longer. She's at 59, so she's not. She's one tick away from the danger zone. Now here she is.
Oh no.
At least
Yeah.
forward's gonna finish his cipher there. Otherwise, oh, we actually
Oh,
have a balloon rescue. That's quite impressive.
here was on cooldown. That's where she couldn't do anything.
Right?
It
Yeah.
was a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and
Blink.
then Blink missed,
Yeah,
but got it shortly thereafter. She didn't have any pallets nearby.
but Blink is definitely out now, so she can't really. She can't really. I mean, she can catch up to people, of course, but
Right. It's gonna be all up to her usage of the presents, the scares, all of her basic kit. But
hmm.
they now it's the point though where she can harass ciphers. They really have to have a second cipher going.
To be fair, the rocks take very little time to dismantle. Now that the one person is dead, so you can survivors can definitely get away with just get leeched, leave the cipher, come back, take the rock out, and then just repeat the process as many times as you need.
Yeah, yeah. I think if the survivors just keep the game slowed down to the sense that they're taking care of those rocks and they're not just trying to rush through the cipher, then they should be safe. They have a lot of potential.
Yeah, I mean we're seeing a reset as well from forward and cheerleader. I think she's gonna try to. Oh, she might find him here actually.
Yeah, they may
She's
not get this heal. Not quite gonna make it, but both of them had abilities to escape the full presence, so that was
yeah,
nice.
using ball here, trying to scare. Okay.
Yeah, and she got that hit with 56 fear on him, so that's a pretty good position for her to be in. But I think she's now looking to go pressure the others and prevent them from healing, which makes
Yeah,
sense rather than
she
tunneling.
to come back from this game. Ciphers are still looking pretty rough here. I mean, the best cipher they have is at 50, and it has a rock on it, and she's sharing right beside it. So,
Yeah, this is
but
pretty tough. I think the Ivy's doing a very good job of her map control here.
yeah, definitely. Forward, no items. Magician still has two ones that he can work with, so the rebound is very much possible on him. And then Cheerleader is she's just going to get her pompons every 60 seconds, I believe. I think that's a cooldown.
Yeah, so it is helpful that she has a rechargeable ability. That's going to be really nice for her end game.
Getting a stone here. Got the rescue though. No damage rescue? Not unlucky.
Almost, yeah. It's very close. But the magician has distance now, so
Yeah, I think she's just going to aim for map pressure here, or even just down cheerleader. Yeah, she was about to die with the corruption.
yeah, switching to the cheerleader makes a lot of sense. The magician by himself over on that other side of the map, there's not a lot he can do. Because they are three ciphered over here. Or are they? Let's see, where's the...
Yeah, I think they cipher locked themselves. This Ivy can just pressure all of these three ciphers together.
Yeah, so this is putting them in a really tough position, and the magician, he's trying to come for this birdcage cipher, but Yith is there, so this is
We
really
also
tough for them.
Yeah, we also need to heal somehow or get the rescue maybe.
Yeah, I think their best bet, what they seem to be trying to go for is, Ivy does have to choose. Is she going to stay with the chair, or is she going to go for that cipher?
Oh, she committed the forward. I think Magician definitely wanted to commit the cipher so that maybe Ivy would teleport to him, but I don't think it
Yeah,
worked.
yeah, she stuck around, and that cipher just isn't far enough. He's not going to make it before Well, actually, she did pick up. No, he's scared off the Cyber 'cause he knows that she can teleport
Yeah,
there.
we're
And
we're potentially looking at a 4K here from Ivy.
yeah, and normally this might be the point to bleed out, but since she has that Yith right on the Magician, there's no need. She can just teleport straight to him.
Yeah, and
So
ready here. So yeah,
yeah, and there's the blink. Wow, this was
Or-
really well played.
yeah. Honestly, very good job from the Ivy here at the very end. After that first kill, it was all map pressure, map pressure. I mean, that's what she's good at too. And she has a lot of map pressure, so we can definitely
Yeah,
see.
yeah, it makes me wonder if this person plays Dream Witch or used to be a Dream Witch player because those skills transfer a lot, and they seem to have a very good handle on maintaining that pressure.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So, what is our
So that was
score here? That's going to be 5 points to Baddies. That'll put them at 7, and C3 will remain at 2 points. And we're going to be going into the round 2 first half after this one. So that would mean that Baddies has won the first round, but it's not over yet. This doesn't determine anything at this stage because we need to at least see what happens in round 2.
Yeah, and especially because I don't think it's going to be Sacred Heart anymore. They can definitely choose a larger map that can benefit the C3 Hunter,
Right.
and
Yeah.
building comms is going to be difficult.
Do you know who chose the map actually? In the first
I
round?
think C3 had won the coin flip, so that means they choose the map, right? I think that's what it means.
Yeah. So
Sacred Heart.
yeah, so then baddies have the option here. They can they can go for a larger map. But now since we'll be going into a round 2, each team has the opportunity to ban that Ivy. So they won't have to worry about that character anymore. It's gonna come down to probably an opera singer, at least by the most recent meta, I would say. But you never know. You could see some other hunters, possibly specialty picks that people might pull out. So
Yeah, I think especially in this kind of tourney, we're seeing a lot of different hunters, or at least a bit more variety. So it's not always Ivy and Opera. Probably first round, right? Like they get played a lot. But then on second round, we definitely see like survivors and hunters being a lot more flexible in their picks. So we've seen like Gamekeeper, we've seen Waxguard, we've seen Nightwatch, we've seen I mean a few more probably. But those are the ones that definitely come to my mind as we've seen pretty good matches with them. So yeah, I mean, and we're also moonlit here, so high potential for a lot of different hunters.
Yeah, this is a great Gamekeeper map. Speaking of Gamekeeper, so he could be a good pick here. Any kind of hunters with strong mobility would be good on this map.
I'm pretty sure even Buchang this map.
Oh yeah, I think he's great because he can deal with the coaster. Which is nice. I hope we see some coaster plays. I always find that entertaining to see how people use the coaster in the match.
It's interesting because this map really is reduced to atoms. When we look at Goatman, for example, the new hunter, he has a really good like chase kit, and he block whoever takes coaster, so he doesn't even need to take warp or anything like that. So if you take coaster and you're going against Goatman, please don't take coaster.
Yeah, because that's just, he can simply aim his cage and stop you right there, which is great. And then also, I think this map would be really good for him since there's a lot of open areas, so he can prevent you from getting to a tight kiting spot while you're in that cage.
Definitely. Yeah, we're gonna get the survivors back on right now. We're seeing C3 now, right? Yeah, C3 is part of the survivors.
Yeah, so far it looks like they are surviving, so I guess they elected to survive first, yeah. And we're seeing the same hunter, no substitutions, it appears.
Let's see. Yeah, no substitutes. Which is, I mean, that's a good plan. Having a substitute means that you can really surprise a team, right? You can come with this, oh, I'm a very good hunter player at this specific hunter, and you weren't prepared. So what are you going to do now?
Oh yeah, for sure. It can be tricky to plan around multiple players like that. That's where that research comes in a lot. But if they do a good job hiding their badges, and if they haven't played in recent tourneys, then it can be such a wild card to go against. Especially in later rounds, in a round 2 and 3, when you wouldn't, you might not get just an Ivy or an Opera. It could be any kind of specialty pick.
I think also something very important, maybe in tourneys, even just for both hunters and survivors, is having a lot of variety with who you main. Because you can, of course, main, like just and strictly Opera and Ivy. That does mean that at some point, either one of the two is going to get banned. And then if you do it in a third, both are getting banned. And then you're left with, exploring a hunter that you might have not played before. Even for survivors, you get to pick all the meta survivors at the beginning, but then on a round 2 or round 3, you take something like, I don't know, Explorer, and then boom, they don't expect it, or something like that. It's always nice to have.
Sure. Yeah, and you can get countercomped as well, so it's all the more reason to make sure that you have a variety of hunters available to you. So we see the shadow ban, which makes sense. Both of the Ivy players in round 1 were very strong, so I would expect that probably is going to get banned in the next one as well. And then
We're seeing Armor, though, for this map, it makes total sense. It's a very good pick.
yeah, and Balmer can do a lot on this map, it being bigger like that, and it can also help with kind of guaranteeing some points. You're more likely to at least get a 1 or a 2 escape if you've got the Embalmer. So that'll be very important for the team here, because they're only slightly behind in points right now, so they do have the opportunity to turn this around. And then we've got, so Merc, Priestess, Seer bans, that's the classic 3 that you always want to get out of the way, so not bad bans at all.
I mean, honestly, Embalmer here, I mean, it's not that Embalmer is unchaseable. You can still, he doesn't have a lot to offer in kiting, but Acrobat on either first stop, if you want to put him there, but especially fourth stop, he is really, really hard to chase. So that's like basically a survivor that you don't really need to worry about in the early game, unless it's like, I don't know, Hunter brought Warp, and like, I don't know, like a Geisha, and then you dash first, you get it down, and then Warp, you're done. Acrobat can't really do anything. Oh, also Wildling from the survivors here, very interesting. I love to see Wildling gameplay. He's really he's.
Well, I think it's been cool to see him start to be a little bit more meta than he has been in quite a while. Because with the way the new hunters work, he's starting to see some utility. So Wildling can be really nice in case this is an opera singer. He has a better chance of kiting with her with his speed boost and being able to take the extra hits on the boar. Yeah, so to me this team comp is looking like a tie team comp with that Wildling and Embalmer together, trying to ensure that you get like a 1 or a 2 escape at least.
I think also, Wildling can't really afford to harass if it's a single. But like if it's a single, do that. She can just go back and pick up, and then he's just gonna have to go.
Yeah, I think
but the fact that
mostly there for kiting. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Yeah. No, yeah, like the fact that he has 50 seconds on his first boar is already more. Yeah, we're seeing opera singer here.
Yeah, there's the opera pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wonder if they're gonna try to put the Wildling in a dangerous spawn and get him first chase if possible.
If I would have to guess, it'd probably be Embalmer like top right, and then Acrobat bottom left. Yeah. This. Oh, I mean, this could make sense. Yeah, just so that Psychologist maybe has a bit more room to move around. Or no, they're switching actually.
Oh,
Embalmer's
yeah,
going.
this is interesting. Putting Embalmer in the 2-story.
It's a good area, granted, but against Sangria, not so much. Because if she does spawn on the right, I don't think you can make it to the stairs and vault. You can always vault, but she can always just go back. But
Yeah.
yeah, she's spawning right next to right next to Wildling and Acrobat here, which are like best case scenario for survivors, honestly.
Yeah, I think this is probably where they would want her to spawn because they have their strongest 2 kiters nearby. One thing to be cautious of, I think the Sykes cipher may be blocked off, so her rotation might get
Mm,
uh, a little bit wonky there, dealing with that. But not too bad. The Acrobat has 2 options for his kiting areas, so he's not locked into 4th. He can go 10th or 4th, whichever way. And then if he's not chased, he also has those cipher options, which is good.
mm. I think the problem with this map as well, as much as Cypher goes, if Psycho's Cypher gets blocked and there's no Cypher in Gotkai, that means that Embalmer has a Cypher, but Psychologist has to rotate all the way to second stop, almost like near the bridge area, or just wait the 40 seconds out,
Yeah,
which a lot of time wasted and not decoding, especially against an Opera. I think that's important to have a very good chase.
yeah, that could be really killer if they do end up having to do that.
Yeah, I want to check since I'm also spectating this, so I'll see if the psychologist has the blocked cipher. Oh, yeah, there's a cipher in Gut Kite that's blocked, so she has to rotate all the way up to 2-story area.
Yeah, that's definitely going to disrupt their decoding, but the Opera hasn't found her first chase quite yet.
Oh,
Yeah, Acrobat is hiding. This is a little bit risky because where he's hiding, he doesn't have a lot of kite potential, so he
oh,
may have to use an early bomb. Yeah, but and then
oh,
she's able to card trick right back, and she's gonna get an early
yeah.
hit on him. So that was well played from both of them, honestly, because it's a nice usage of the bomb to get so much distance across the coaster, but she did have her shadow back there to go back to.
I mean, honestly, what were Acrobat's option there? Not use a ball, maybe save it and just take a hit. Maybe that could have been the play, or just like, oh, this is a very early down for Opera here.
Yeah, this kind of made up for her not finding him in the beginning. I think the bomb did make sense. It was a good play. It was just against this hunter. There wasn't a lot
Yeah.
he could do in that moment.
I don't know if I mean Wilding can definitely go for this rescue. He's not. I don't think he's going to get stuffed at all. He has 2 hits plus the other 2 hits from his own body.
Yeah, uniquely, even though he got caught so far away, I think he's actually going to be fine. And we do have 2 ciphers about to pop, so this is not as bad as it might seem at first for the survivors.
Yeah, and this was still like before half with Tide. Blink is still up, however, but she
Oh, and
does
a
eat
red
this.
bomb.
Yeah, that's a good bomb.
This is great for Acrobat because he had the chance to get to this pallet he otherwise would not have. Misses the blink, but she's going to get the down anyway because he is not able to reach the next pallet in time. So now is the point where I think their ciphers are going to be slower because Wildling is injured. He can't go for the rescue, and he's the slowest decoder on the team. So that means somebody else is going to have to get off a cipher.
Psychologist can also Wildling, so I think that's probably what's happening right now. So he might just go for the second rescue here.
Oh yeah, it was a little bit scary there. I thought she might see him back there getting healed, but he did make the heal.
Yeah, we're gonna probably see some support here from the Wildling from C3 Joker. Let's see if they can make this support worth it for these. I think 2 ciphers here would be very good for the survivors. Yeah, that's a good body. Oh wait, no,
no, he didn't quite make it. Yeah, the hunter did a very good job angling their hit with that. He was able to body block twice with the boar though, which was quite nice. Yeah. But now we've got a double down situation.
I'm honestly very surprised that hit Acrobat. I thought Wildling would have been able to get the.
Yeah, I think the hunter probably was very careful about turning their camera while they swung in order to get that hit, but it looked like a very difficult hit to land. So well done on their part.
I don't exactly see opera singer like traits. So I don't know if she not trait, but I don't know if she has like probably detention, right? But I don't know if she has trump card or
I think oftentimes they'll bring trump card detention.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't think I
Yeah,
see a lot of confined space operas.
she switched to teleport, so she definitely has trump card.
Yeah, so I think this is looking pretty good for the opera, but oh, very nice flywheel.
I feel yeah.
She's able to delay the save a little bit longer because of that. But oh, I thought that
Ooh,
Terror Shock might happen. It was getting very
no.
close to the line. That's very
Yeah,
good for the opera. Um, it was good on Psyche's part to try to buy as much time for decoding as possible, but now the Embalmer is getting hit. We have one on chair. Embalmer's too far to save.
yeah,
This is looking really good for the opera.
yeah. I don't think the survivors here can make any rescue to this wildling, which would have been very nice as well, because wildling, could just hop on board after and kite for a pretty long time. So
Yeah, it was uh really crucial for the opera to stuff that save, and she did a good job, very good patience waiting on it.
yeah, very patient. I was about to say. Unluckily, psychologist just the terror shock was very.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Uh,
think that she approached the chair well, just the hunter was very patient with it and waited. And now I think we're in a bleed out stage of the game.
yeah, yeah. This is just going to be a lot of back and forth.
They do still
We're
have
gonna.
the potential to get dungeon though, if they're careful.
There is no more coffin on embalmer, however. So
Yeah, no more coffin to use, so at this point, no renewable items for either of these two characters. So they're going to have to be really careful with their self heals. They also don't have chest items available to them. So,
no.
yeah, very difficult position to get that dungeon escape, but, could happen. You never know.
I mean, they are. This opera is finding. Oh, maybe a bit of a misplay on the go back, but is finding embalmer here. So yeah, unfortunately, this embalmer can't really do anything against full presence opera with no items.
Yeah, he really didn't have any options there. I think considering the no items and all of that, the kite was longer than you might expect.
Yeah,
Um, Psyche is on dungeon, but Embalmer hasn't been shared. I think she's actually just carrying him closer to make sure that she can down that psychologist again after the self heal.
psychologist still has self heal, right?
She does,
Oh yeah,
yeah. She hasn't used it yet. 'Cause I think she's saving it uh, in case the embalmer doesn't get chaired, which he hasn't been. She's gonna have to pick up now though. Either yeah, because the embalmer is too far from the dungeon, she'll get chaired on it. So she has to
yeah,
pick up.
picking up here, but
Oh,
a
nice flywheel.
that's two very good flywheels in a row from psychologist, and this guy is already like pretty nice.
Yeah, yeah, she's doing a very good job with not having a lot to work with here.
Honestly, opera is just obnoxious to kite sometimes.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and then at this point, the embalmer has to get up because the psych could be chaired on dungeon, and then he still has no chance of getting that. So at this point, I think the psych is going to crawl onto the dungeon. Um, but the opera knows she's there, so I'm not sure, if they have another trick up their sleeves. But to me, it seems like probably opera's going to get this 4 kill.
Yeah, and opera does still has teleport in hand, so
Yeah, she
as
can
soon as
also go
the
right
bomb,
back.
I believe there's a cipher nearby, maybe to teleport. No, but yeah, it's an opera. She can go from one side to the other side of the map in like
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Yeah. And if she's really worried about it, she can leave this embalmer on the ground. Is she thinking
Uh,
about it? I think she's expecting the surrender because she knows that she can
you
go
know,
back and pick her up. Or oh, yeah, I think she's just going to wait for the bleed out and then chair the embalmer.
yeah,
Yeah.
like none of the survivors can self heal. I understand what opera is. Yeah, this is
Hmm.
completely fair.
Yeah, I think that it's always admirable and kind of exciting to see these complex dungeon plays at the end when they're against some really terrific odds, but sometimes you can still make it. So, don't surrender until you absolutely have to, especially in a tournament where every point matters.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
that being said, that is going to be another 5 points to baddies.
That's going
7
to be
plus 5 is
12.
12.
I don't think there's not going to be a third round, I believe, right?
Um, you're going to have to give me a minute on that one. I'll have
So
to think real hard.
it's definitely 12-2 now first.
Yes, 12-2. So
And
let me put it up on the
uh,
stream here. So this is our score. We're going into the round two second half. So um there there is still there's still the potential for a round three actually, because round one was a win for baddies. But if C3 manages to get a 4 kill in this round, they would tie round two. And
ooh,
because of that, we would have to go to round three to see, who would win by the rounds. However, if the baddies win this round, um, then they would have 2 wins, and we would have no round three. They would win. So let me see what the win condition would be for
so
them.
I I think the win condition would be for C3, the hunter, to get a 4K, I believe, so that they
Yes,
can tie
that
this round.
right.
Okay?
Yeah. So then the baddies just need one escape, and if they get one escape, then that would
They
put the
win.
round at 6-3, and baddies would win. So yeah, the baddies get one escape and they win the matchup. So a lot of pressure right now on the hunter here to get that 4 kill for their team.
Yeah, that also means that the survivors are more free to pull off some very strange team comp as long as they can secure that first escape.
Yeah, absolutely. They could pick some really unexpected characters if their sole goal in mind is I just need one person out. Nothing else matters. We just get one out. Then there are a lot of really creative things they could do here.
Hmm. Yeah, we're waiting now for the survivors on Baddie's side to join in, and we'll be starting the second half of the second part
Yep, yep.
soon.
Lots of twos right now.
Well,
R2 second half, 2-12.
my brain is just not. I don't think it was made for the.
I completely understand you. If you knew how many windows I have open right now,
Oh,
just to keep track of everything that's going on. Yeah, there's a lot to track in a tournament, and it can. I feel like something that makes these games interesting and these matchups interesting is that there's so many different possible outcomes. It's not gonna be easily decided in just the second round, depending on how the points work out.
I do think we're seeing a maybe sub out survivor. I don't remember seeing them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that might be a different player.
Yeah, for sure. So it's definitely a sub out on the survivor team here.
Yeah, it's possible they're bringing in someone who has a specialty character that could work really well for that one escape that they need.
For
Um,
sure.
yeah, that's a good time to bring in another player if you need it. I'm curious to see what the C3 Hunter is going to play, because I assume that Ivy is going to be banned. This
Yeah,
being
I don't think
Moonlit.
I
Yeah, she probably wouldn't be the best pick regardless because of the size of the map.
I still, I mean, maybe I don't know what this hunter has else in the roster. I mean, I do play rank as well. My tier is pretty high right now, so maybe I would get him in rank, but I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I've crossed him yet. So I don't really know what he plays. I'm interested in seeing.
Yeah, well, I will tell you the secret that I believe he does have an opera, so we might see an
Oh,
opera come out. But I think this this hunter has a few other sort of like off meta picks as well. If he's the one I'm remembering, I'm not sure if I'm thinking of the other hunter on C3, but I know there's a very strong Axe Boy player on C3,
Ooh,
and
that's fun. But maybe not the best, granted, for this.
yeah, yeah, it could be a good surprise pick. But we'll see. I believe they also play. I want to say Night Watch. They're gonna watch back this tourney and tell me I'm a fake fan if I get this wrong. But I don't know. I'm kind of suspecting an Opera.
We're also going for very similar comps here. Embalm, Acrobat, pretty safe picks.
I think this is
maybe
the exact same as last time, right? Yeah, Embalmer Acro first. And then we've got the same, like a Merc Priestess Seer band, classic bands.
But we're getting First Officer instead of Wildling for this team.
Yeah, I think FO is a good pick. It's a little challenging for him on large maps, to make sure he gets to the chairs on time. So the team has to be on top of that communication to make sure that he's going to be in position. We have an Antiquarian band, so that makes me think maybe not Opera, because I don't think Opera has to worry too much about harass. So, whoever this hunter is, they're a bit concerned about the harass aspect then.
They don't, I mean, either way, I think Antiquarian just has a lot going on for her.
That is true.
Stuff. Her jump is honestly like a really good ability. You'd be surprised at how many times it actually can be used to, like, vault a window, no terror shock, vault I think one of the fourth and first stop you could vault over those. It can still count like a quote unquote acrobat jump. She has like incredible hiding potential. Her sticks, the stun lasts for forever. I mean, I think 12 seconds.
That does make sense. There'd be good reason for anybody to ban her, considering all of that.
Yeah, but we're just going for like pretty safe, I think all-round characters here, especially psychologists. Like psychologist, I don't think psychologist ever goes wrong.
Yeah, really, she's just never a bad thing to have, because having the long distance heal can just come so in clutch at different parts of the game.
And even just for first chase, she can really make a difference.
Yeah, being able to take those 3 hits is very useful.
Yeah.
And we've got the opera singer. Okay. All right, yeah.
2 very similar matches, but different outcomes. So let's see how C3 can come back from this. They really need this 4K here.
Yeah, a lot of pressure, but they could do it. This is definitely a map where Opera Singer can get the 4K. She just has to, I think it's going to come down to how long the kites are more than anything.
Because
really
granted, First Officer might have some trouble to get the rescue, especially if it's on the other side of the map. Because if Opera just goes left, I think First Officer should be fine.
Yeah, I think the big thing with him on rescues is he just has to be in the area. If he's close by, then he can use his watch and mind game his way through it. But if he's too far, then even with the watch, it's not going to let him get to the chair in time. She could cut him off. But spawning at the bottom there, I think she's probably going to go for the psychologist. Because Acro is a really strong kite at 4th stop. But
definitely.
Yeah, and with her, there's some of those long passages where she can't dash back and forth with the shadows along that route. So, but we did see in the last match the Opera pull off a very nice chase against an acrobat there, so she could still go the same way.
For the acrobat from last round, that he got found hiding in such a horrible spot, that was basically free hit for Opera, even after using vault or whatever.
Yeah, I think that was probably what made it so tricky, was hiding in that area. Maybe hiding near the pallet, if he was going to hide, would have helped him extend the kite longer.
I think sometimes as a survivor, especially if you're maybe acrobat in that area, you just want to take chase. And I think what he did really well, he rotated pretty well around that area. He Opera took like a solid time to find the acrobat. Maybe acrobat could have just, make her very visibly
Yeah,
seen and like, hey, I want to take this kite. I want to kite you, and then this
yeah.
opera rotation might be a bit easier then. But yeah, let's start with this match here. We can see that see acrobat is going to pre-drop this palette over here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and he's going for, like you said, rather than trying to hide, he's just gonna take that kite, which
We
I've heard others mention. So let's see.
have Rem. That's a pretty good, yeah, really good ball. Does she still make that? She does make that hit.
Oh, and accidentally threw the pallet on the wrong side, maybe, but it's fine because she was in the attack recovery.
Does Acrobat have 9? Maybe that's what. Oh, okay.
Let's see. I didn't see his build before actually, but nice placement of
Uh,
the red bomb, but she's still gonna make it with that speed. So pretty fast down for the opera singer. Well done. We've all three ciphers are only halfway.
we're also seeing abnormal opera. I don't know if you've noticed.
I didn't notice that. Abnormal opera is so interesting to watch because it can be kind of a gamble, I think, if you don't end up getting your down near ciphers, but she's gonna get
Oh.
this bridge cipher, which is really good for her.
Yeah, this down to 0, absolutely destroyed. Now they only have 2 ciphers,
Yeah, that's
and
huge.
here, so this opera knows that there's 2 people decoding right now,
Yeah, and
so she knows Acrobat's just going to be sold.
right, because she knows that the other two are far away on the map, and this first officer, I think he's too far to get the rescue. Yeah, he's just kiting at this point, because as long as she doesn't get mind gamed.
Oh wait, he might make it for yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
definitely going to for Afterhop. That's honestly a pretty good rescue
yeah,
considering that.
actually, he used his watch quite well, by not getting the early hit in it. He is gonna get a double down though, so
It's gonna slow down the coding pretty quite a lot actually. But this Acrobat now can definitely. Oh, that's a go back. Unfortunately,
yeah, I think we see both opera
Five-
singers. Very nice flywheel.
yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't make that as Acrobat.
Yeah,
He
it was
didn't have,
close.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he's out of the match at this point because we had that after half save, and still 3 ciphers to go, and only one is at 50.
And first officer found too, but he can kill a lot of time on chair. We
That
have
is
trump
true.
card, so I think it should still be fine for Opera here to keep abnormal maybe.
Yeah, I think this is looking really good for her, but the survivors do still have time to get that one escape that they need. They just have to play it carefully, I think. And like you said, the first officer chair does last a long time.
I think as also just win condition for survivors, you to even try to get a first like one escape. If you try to aim for dungeon, Opera just might do the same thing we saw last game. So it's just slugging fast. You're going to wait forever. We do have coffin and 3 hits on psychologist, so we're still fine. But with 2 ciphers fully needed and like
Yeah,
quite rough.
I think it could really go either way at this point in the match. The hunter's in a good position, but the serves could still turn it around.
And first off, it's just still having a watch here. So we
Yeah.
might be to say or just leaving her down probably to force a self heal. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, I think that makes sense that she's trying to get that self heal out. Either she has to use her self heal or Embalmer has to get off the cipher. So it's going to be good for the opera either way. And
Yeah, that's
the
very
FO at
good.
this point, yeah, no watches to use. It was a pretty long kite considering no items, but
We still have a we still have a normal too.
oh, is she gonna get the cipher? Yeah, that bridge cipher
Yeah,
is never getting done.
I think the survivor sides are just going to wait. They're going to try to make the psychologist bleed out as much as possible.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. The Embalmer might even be able to sneak over there to heal. Now that there's only 2 of them left, I think they have to play for dungeon. There's no way they could decode both of these ciphers unless one of them did an absolute god kite. So
Mhm.
we've got another dungeon play.
And dungeon is granted at God Kite, which is a very good kiting area. Even for Opera, you can spam quite a lot of pallets there. You get a lot of time. So whoever does end up trying to get dungeon is going to have a very nice chance at getting it. Doesn't look like we're going to see him bomber here. He's doing a very good job at rotating completely away from this Opera. He's gone.
Yeah, she at this point has no choice but to just check the entire map, and it's a big map. Because he's, like you said, doing a good job getting out of the way. She does know where the dungeon is, so at least she can be wary of that. But that psych is still on the ground. Self heal's still available, and whenever she does get picked up, she still has stress, so she's gonna be another 3 hit down, or
And
well, 2 hit down.
also ready. And yeah, I mean, honestly, survivors have a really good chance if this Embalmer can keep rotating well like he is right now. She's never getting tinnitus,
Yeah, I
so
think
she doesn't know.
this is a big game of patience. They could
Yeah,
pull it off, but they have to be really careful not to. That Embalmer needs to not get found. Still
this
looking.
is rough to see.
Yeah, I mean, he has no choice but to keep patrolling around the dungeon and the psych because, if you're the hunter, you're thinking either they're setting up to get the dungeon or they're going to come try to pick up the psych so she doesn't self heal. Oh, peeper switch. That makes sense. It's a good move from the hunter here.
To try and really find the survivor better.
Yeah, you can set some cameras up around the map and try to narrow that down. I'm wondering. Yeah, okay. Embalmer's not gonna go for a heal, but
Embalmer froze at some point though. That's why he's staying near one of the ciphers. Maybe that's something. Oh, Opera might. Yeah, Opera is
yeah,
getting tonight.
yeah. I think the thing Abra really needed to either find him or chair the psych to prevent this bleed out. But Embalmer's in a difficult position. Do you know where his coffin is right now?
Yeah, his coffin is, I think, near first stop, like in between first stop and that dungeon area. So
Okay.
it's definitely there to take. Right after this psychologist this psychologist is going to bleed out soon.
That's very. Yeah, well, if the psychologist does bleed out, then he can't take the coffin. So I think the opera actually needs to wait until she dies. Otherwise, yeah, okay, now at this point, he can't use his coffin, I believe. So
Yeah.
we've.
Oh no,
No, he
he can.
can, he can. Okay. You know what? I must be thinking
Uh,
of. I'm not sure what I was thinking of. I thought that he couldn't. So I think he might actually get this dungeon. She doesn't have
yeah,
teleport.
he makes it. He makes it. Yeah. Unfortunately for C3 side, but Embalmer is going to grant that first that one escape that they needed actually. So
Yeah, that was really well played by them. I think the opera played it very well, and then the survivors also played it really well on their side. So they were able to um, get the one escape. So with baddies getting the one escape, um, that's 6-3. So they win the second round. I believe that wins them the matchup, but I'll check for confirmation from the tourney staff.
post. Yeah, we
Um,
can.
so let's see, what's our total score at this point?
It,
Is that
so it's 13 to
would be
3
13 to 5, I think.
5. Yeah, 13 to 5.
Yeah, so let's switch back over to the versus screen here. And yeah, let's just get confirmation from the staff. This is a win for baddies.
Is this a win for baddies? One round one and round two. We're waiting patiently. Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yes, that is the win for them. So GG's to both teams. This was a really cool matchup to watch. I enjoyed getting to see the kind of mirrored team comps so you could see the different ways that the teams used the same characters like that. And really, both sides of them played very well. Um, Pretty even
Definitely.
matchup.
It was I mean it was slightly different still. The first match still was I think it was cheerleader and also a different forward, right? So it was nice to see at least some form of variety. But the score, of course, each match went differently from one another. I think both teams played very well as well. So yeah, fun to watch. And I hope to see more matches in the future too.
Yeah, absolutely. Very, very good teams on both sides. And let's see. I'm not sure if we know who baddies will be facing next. Brackets might not yet be decided, but congratulations to them on their win. And good effort from C3 as well. A lot of good plays there. And yeah, GG's to both teams. Do you have any other parting words for our audience before we end stream today?
No, I mean, thank you for having me here, and thank you for streaming to you too. I mean, it's not easy to stream this whole thing.
Thank you. Yeah, you
All the win-
saw you saw me struggle with the bands there at first, but we got through it. So yeah, thank you for co-commentating. Thanks everybody
No
for
problem.
watching. I think we do have other matches in this tourney tonight. There's, I believe, Lalsey is going to be streaming the next one.
Yeah,
Um,
there's playing right now, I believe. Spirit and someone else, maybe, but yeah.
okay, great. Yeah, then keep an eye out for that, guys, and we'll see you next time.
All right.